Hey everybody, Shane and Caitlin here, Team Severson. We have our numbers out for May, and we're excited to talk about the market, what's going on. It's kind of a crazy market, a lot of information to understand and quite get a grasp of what's going on. So Caitlin, why don't you talk about the numbers, then we'll jump in.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, active listings. In 2023, there were 4,884 active listings. And then for 2024, we have 5,922. So that went up 21%. So it's 21.3% that went up. Okay, for closed price for 2023, it was 785,479. And then for 2024, it was 816,692. So that went up 4%. And then for month supply, in 2023, we had 1.7 months, and then for 2024, we had 2.2 months. And so that went up 29%. So that was what that looked like.
Yeah. So what we're seeing in the market right now is kind of interesting. Keep a couple things in mind. People still think the market's really bad. People think the market's going to crash. People think it's a really tight market, and it is getting tighter, no question. A couple stats that I have done a little research and just pulled out of some different things is the average consumer, this blows my mind, has $200,000 in debt. And so that's a lot of debt, and that's affecting the market. The fact that people, again, because of interest rates, they can't afford to buy. They can't afford really to downsize. It doesn't make sense to downsize, and it doesn't make sense to sell your home and go buy that bigger home. I know we have personally looked at moving to the mountains. We've looked for years, and right now, with where the interest rates are, it just doesn't make sense to do that. So you have people not buying bigger homes, not downsizing. Some people just can't afford to buy, and so a lot of those things are hitting the market. But here's the deal: the market is still really, really strong, and I'll tell you why. It's kind of a dichotomy, and it can go either way. In the massive overbids, we had, if you remember, we were about a half a month supply, meaning we had 2 weeks of inventory. We had 6 buyers for every home. So you just were bidding in massive overbids and so forth. We currently have 1 buyer per home. We're at 1.1. That's important because homes should move. So that is a statistic we're kind of watching and so forth. But here's the deal. It turns into a buyer's market at about 4 to 6 months supply. We're still at 2.2 months supply. So we have to double the amount of inventory to get to that point, and I don't know how we're going to get any more inventory. Like, there is no inventory. So that's the problem. We don't have any inventory. We have no sellers. So for every buyer that's not buying, we have that many sellers that aren't selling. So it's kind of averaging and itself out. And so it's kind of an interesting market. Here's what that means to you if you're a buyer or a seller, especially a seller, I would say. If your house is totally remodeled, if it is gorgeous, remodeled, no fix-ups to be done, and if it's priced right. So it's got to be priced right, and it's got to be really, really nice. These homes are flying off the market. We're talking days on the market. So for people that think the market is really bad, we are still doing a ton of flips, and when our flips hit the market, they're on the market for a couple days and for full price or way above really what they should go for. So that's what's interesting, is if they're nice, remodeled, and priced right, your home will fly off the market. If your home is priced too high or not updated and some of those things, I've seen homes sit for months and months, and sellers get desperate, drop their price, give their house away. And so as a buyer, there's a lot of strategy there. You can buy homes that aren't as nice, remodel it yourself if you have the money, because you can get really good deals, or watch for those homes that have been on for a while and see if the sellers are getting a little more desperate and willing to make a deal. So that's what we're tracking. That's what we're watching. The market's still really good. We're up 4%. I've got rentals. I own a home. Average in history is 6%. Yes, we saw much higher years past, but average is 6%. People thought we'd be at 1-2% increase, and we're running at 4%. So we're really growing, and the market is really strong. And so yeah, things are good. So
yeah. Well, I hope that helped you guys out. If you are a seller, now is the time to get your house on the market. If you are a buyer, talk to us. We can give you options on what to do in this crazy market and plan for the future. And if you're an investor, it's always a good time to invest. So please reach out with any questions or any interest you may have. And we will see you guys next month. God bless.
God bless. We'll see you then.